Finance formula. Simple interest, I guess, is the first type of finance formula we see, and it's a very basic thing. I write it this way: I equals PRT. I is the amount of interest, P is the principal, capital R is the interest rate as a decimal or a fraction. It's up to you, of course, how you do it. And T is the time period. So we're going to invest $3,000 at 6% per annum simple interest, which, by the way, I think is illegal, but that's another matter. How much will it be worth after 7 years? So PRT, we just bung it into the formula, bit of multiplication, 1,260. But remember, that's just the interest. They're asking how much this will be worth. So we add it on to the initial amount. It's now worth $4,260. So a very simple idea there. In reality, of course, we have compound interest because you should be getting interest on the money that you've earned. Why is this relevant? Because have a look at it. When I write it in this format, it looks very familiar. It is, in fact, just a general term of a geometric sequence. So A is P R to the power of n. AN just represents the amount after n time period. So this formula takes into account the initial investment as well. P is the principal. R is now 1 plus the interest rate because we're increasing it by a certain percent. So it'll be 1 point whatever. N is obviously time periods. Key thing to remember with a formula like this, you've got to match the time periods for the compounding. So if they say compound monthly, then the time period needs to be in months, and so on. Let's do the same question, and let's compound it annually. So now we would put it into our geometric form, 1.06 to the power of 7, and we end up with 4,510.89. What did we get before? It was, okay, so, you know, it's a reasonable amount more, a couple $100. But just say we compounded monthly instead of annually. What would happen? Well, I've now got to change the interest rate to be per month. So we get 1.005 and it'll be 84 months and, oh, it's another $50. So after 7 years. Now depreciation pretty much is exactly the same thing as compound interest. The difference is the value is going down instead of the value going up. So it's exactly the same formula, but the difference is we subtract the rate rather than add the rate. And once again, you've got to match your time period. So an espresso machine, it's another old example, 2001, geez. An espresso machine, which I am told is a coffee machine, $15,000. It's a very nice coffee machine. Okay. Depreciates at a rate of 12.5% per annum. What will its value be on 1st of January 2010? So there's our formula. We're depreciating by 12.5%, so 0.0875. That would be 9 years. We're starting 2001, going 2010. Look at that, 15,000 has gone to 4,500. Jeez. During which year will the value drop below 10% of its original cost? So in other words, when is our general term less than, well, it'd be 1,500, 10%. Exponential equation we have to solve again. So 0.1, log both sides, bring the n out the front, but of course log of a number less than 1 is a negative number. Change the sign, you change the sign. 17.24, now it says during which year? So it'd have to be during the 18th year because 17, it's not there yet. So during that 18th year, at some point, it's going to drop below. So 2018. Okay.